Yo, what's going on, man? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing, man? So I just checked out the influencer card today, man. I just checked it out, man. I was actually quite impressed tonight, man. I must say, these YouTubers and influencers, man, they're stepping their game up. Uh they have some nice skills. There was actually some decent skills, man. You know, a lot of people talk so poorly about these influencers, man, stepping in the boxing, but they actually been taking the craft serious, man, and it showed tonight. Some really good guys. But before we even get started and talking about everybody, I want to hear your guys' opinion. Who do you guys think won? Did Tommy Fury win this fight? Or did KSI win this fight? You know what I mean? I want to really hear the mass public reaction to this because there's going to be some mixed emotions. I already know. Some people are going to feel Tommy won the fight, and some people are going to feel KSI won the fight. I really want to hear what you guys got to say. Then I'll put my input into this real quick, man. A lot of people are here saying KSI got robbed. KSI robbed. Let me go ahead and put these comments up. Everybody who feels KSI got robbed, man. Okay. My stuff is moving super slow today. Okay. Sorry about this. KSI got robbed. Uh, Another one, KSI got robbed. That was not a robbery. KSI humbled. I don't know if KSI was humbled, man. The zone is a joke. No way Fury won that fight. Okay, KSI smashed Fury. Wow, he smashed him. Pause. You got KSI is the real champ. KSI rocked him. Fury whooped that trick. Anybody who paid for pay-per-view got robbed. Listen, man. So I'm actually gonna have somebody get in here with me for a second who really watches all these influencers fight. I want to hear his opinion as well. It looks like for the most part, most people feel that Fury, that the KSI won the fight. I want to know. I want to know, why do you guys really feel that KSI won the fight? For the people who feel KSI won the fight, what did he really do in the fight outside of the 2 point deduction? Outside of that that 1 point deduction, right? Outside of that, what did he really do in the fight that makes you guys feel so wholeheartedly that he got robbed? That's my question to the public. Now people are starting to say draw. Somebody said if you think KSI won, you don't know about boxing. It was close, but I feel a point deduction should have edged KSI. Call 911.
Yo, can you hear me?
All right, well,
Yo,
yeah, there we go, man. My stuff is moving slow today, man. What's going on, champ?
what's going on, Coach Anthony?
So what's up, man? I don't see you, man. Where you at, man?
I can't. I'm trying to find my USB C cord for my camera, but I can't find it. It's
A
not.
funny story. So funny story. This is my cameraman, and he doesn't even know how to operate the camera.
I know how to operate the camera. It's
This
more
is
like
my
I don't have a
cameraman.
long enough cord.
You know how to operate the camera, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so
Chill out.
that's a red flag right there. But
Alright, chill out.
okay, listen,
So,
listen, Zach, you there?
yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, what was your thoughts on the fight?
I actually had KSI winning, surprisingly.
You had KSI winning. Now talk to me.
Yes.
What made you feel that KSI won the fight?
I felt like you see the stat sheet. The stat sheet literally like KSI thrown less punches and landed damn near the same amount of punches as Tommy Fury. My opinion, KSI made Tommy fight his fight. He didn't. I felt like Tommy should have boxed him a little more instead of trying to go. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like that's what won him the fight. I think he lost obviously lost a couple rounds, but it wasn't enough in my opinion to give that to Tommy.
Yeah, so I look at it. I look at it from a different perspective, right? So this is why I wanted to have you on here because I don't feel it was a robbery, right?
I didn't think it was a robbery either. I did not think it was a robbery,
And,
but I thought he
and
won.
the reason why I don't feel it was a robbery is because even though KSI did a lot better than everybody who thought Tommy was going to win expected, I didn't see him doing anything either. All I saw him doing was a bunch of this, and Tommy Fury was pressing the action, probably a little more so than he should have, but he wasn't getting really hit on the way in much, and it turned into a clinch fest. So those rounds to me that were so close to call outside of the 1 point deduction, I thought that Tommy actually did clearly win like three, maybe four. Rounds 3 and 4, maybe I thought he clearly won. And then every other round was like a clinch round. Like it was like a match. So I see so many upset people saying he got robbed. What did he do?
I definitely think he didn't get robbed. I just felt like he won. That's all. For me, I think I think it at least should have been a split.
Yeah, like listen, if somebody would have said draw, I wouldn't be upset with a draw either.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel like KSI, though I'm impressed with how he was able to make Tommy Fury get out of character and how he was able to survive and how confident he was and how athletic he was and just overall super impressed with KSI being a guy who hasn't been boxing that long and being able to do what he did tonight. Very impressed with that. But I did not see him do anything in the fight to say he won the fight. Like he, to me, didn't do anything. He other than pose his body and make funny moves to make people kind of feel like he won. So I don't know, man. It's one of those weird fights. You know, I actually want to talk about the rest of the fights as well, not just this fight.
There's a couple good fights. Really good fights.
Yeah, what was the kid's name? He was wearing like pink trunks tonight.
Dean the Great.
Dean the Great. Now
he's nice.
That kid to me could be a real professional boxer.
Yeah.
Like I look at him like, yo, who was this? Like
you should have watched his first fight with the dude.
Yeah, so I've never seen this guy fight before. Neither one of them, honestly. And I was really impressed with the skill set. Like really nice skill set. He hurt his hand. He fought with one hand for 2-3 rounds.
Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, it was his shoulder.
Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder. That's what he said in the interview. I was like, damn, because I can see because he turned southpaw and started using his I think it was his left hand more or right hand. He was using the right hand just to come over top because I think his left shoulder is the one that was it got dislocated.
Yeah, so to me, very super impressed with him. I think that kid can actually go far as he wants to go. Now, chances of him wanting to go far, I don't know, because he's probably making a bunch of money doing what he's doing now, and I would not blame him if he said forget, going the other route. But his skill set and ability was something really, really dope to see.
That first card was crazy. You should have the first fight that they had because
I caught it on the Dean fight, so I didn't get to see the first fight. Who fought the first fight?
No, I'm saying the first fight that they had because Dean and Waleed they fought each other before.
Now I'm getting this from he called out Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, he called out like everybody. He called out Ryan Garcia.
Okay, well now he's getting carried away.
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like when these guys call out those names, like especially like when Jake Paul was calling out Canelo and all that stuff, I think they do that more for attention.
Oh no, 100% because of the fact that like they need some clicks.
Yeah, 100%. They need the clicks, but I tell you what though, the kid's good. So I want to, I want to publicly say that the kid's good. I want to give him a shout out. I was impressed with his boxing skills. The moment I seen him, throw time a right hand over the top and stuff like that, I was like, damn, okay,
So I'll cover you on the first fight they had because those two fought before. So those two fought, and the dude Waleed that he was fighting, he dropped them like 3 times. Like Dean got dropped 3 times in the first fight, but then he came back and knocked them out at the end. This fight, people was going into it like, Waleed gonna spark him, like he's gonna beat him up. But then Dean came in and he got a new trainer. He trains at Brickhouse Boxing now. So
okay.
he got some new trainer. He started training with Malik Scott and stuff like that. So and he looked a lot better now. He beat him up easy.
Nah, he looks sharp, man. So big shout out to him, man. I
I'm,
like that fight.
I'm surprised you watched that fight.
Why?
'Cause
Actually, you thought what?
I thought you were just gonna watch the main event.
Well, I was. That was the initial plan, but then I ended up just saying, you know what, man, let me watch everybody. And I caught it in the first round of that fight.
Mm.
And then I stuck around and I watched everything after that. So then you had the other two guys, the real tall guy, what's his name?
You talking about Slim?
Yeah, Slim, and then you had the Filipino kid he was
Saw
fighting.
Poppy. Yeah, Saw Poppy.
So okay, so that fight was another good fight. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fight. It was a contrasting of styles, and then out of nowhere, man, he just came back on him. He was losing the fight, came back on him. I was actually impressed with his resilience in that fight.
I believe that Saw Poppy got too comfortable. He started getting taunted. He dropped his hands and then got caught because he was trying to get a little taunted, like trying to what's it called again? Where you throw a lot of punches quickly when the opponent's on the rope, like shoe. Is it what's called? What's that thing called again? Shoe shining. Shoe shining. He got caught shoe shining, and then he got dropped.
Yeah, yeah, and also the Slim, he was getting reamed out in his corner by his coach.
Coach. Yeah, I was gonna talk
Andre
about
Rozier. That's actually my guy from Brooklyn, and I seen the cameras go into the corner for like a split second, and you could hear him yelling at the top of his lungs. And every next round is when he ended up getting that knockdown. So I don't know if some of that corner work helped, but it definitely showed in the very next round. And I was actually, quite surprised with how that fight ended, man. But it was a good fight, man.
You'd be surprised, man. I think Andre Rozier really helped him because before when I watched like that guy Slim fight, I was like, he's not really that good. And then because like he was getting coached by Saddam Ali, and then this fight he changed to both Saddam Ali and Rozier. I'm like, yeah, Rozier helped him a lot with just like his technique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
he already has power.
Andre Rozier been doing this a very long time, man. Been working with guys for many years, so he knows what the hell he's doing. I've had the chance to work side by side with him a couple of times, and so he's definitely knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. So yeah, it showed, man. It showed, and but what I really enjoyed about this particular card was the dedication that I'm seeing from these guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like these guys they're getting so much backlash. They're getting so much hate from the hardcore boxing fans because of the amount of attention they're getting. And I can understand partially why you would feel that way if you're a diehard boxing fan. But at the same time, you got to give these guys their credit, man. They're putting in the work. They're learning the craft. They're laying their reputation on the line. And they're digging deep and they're winning their fights. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do, man. I mean, let's just go. Let's bounce right off of what I just said, and let's go right into the Logan Paul fight.
Don't get me started on that one.
I mean, what's your thoughts? Talk to me on that fight.
I felt like dude Dillon Danis did more outside the ring than he did in.
Well, I mean,
horrible.
He won't be the first fighter nor the last who's done that. I've seen plenty of fighters do that, but yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
Can you see me? Am I lagging?
No, I can't see you.
Bro, my cam should be on, but
there we go. I saw something for a second, and then it went on.
I'm looking real quick. Oh, I know why. Yeah, no, but for me, bro, I think it should be good now. Is it lagging? I don't know. Am I lagging or something?
I could see like you're trying to cut the camera on, but I don't see
That's
you or
weird.
anything. I see like a green light in the back.
Yeah, that's weird because it should be on. Give me a second. Yeah. All
It
right.
don't even matter at this point, bro. Go ahead.
We
Oh,
good.
there
We
you go.
good. We
There you
good.
go. Okay, there you go.
Got the CA hat on.
My cameraman got himself to learn how to work the camera. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Got the CA hat on too and everything.
I see you. All right, so talk to me.
So for me, but did you were talking about the Logan Paul Dylan Dance fight?
Yeah,
For
Logan
me,
Paul. Right?
I'm not overly impressed with Logan Paul, regardless, in my opinion, just because he slaps too much. Like his punches, like he don't sit down on his punches, in my opinion. Most of it was either lunging or he was arm punching too much. So I didn't think he looked overly impressive. And that's the type of guy you want to look impressive against, right? He just sitting there like that with a high guard. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I wasn't too overly impressed with Logan Paul, but I thought because Dylan Dennis wasn't good anyway. Like he wasn't even average. Like he was bad. If you saw him, like he was putting his elbow out and everything.
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, like,
I mean, like I heard them say that one of his coaches, the game plan, what for the coach from the coach that he got his game plan from was to walk Jake Paul down and tire him out in the later rounds.
Logan.
We're talking about a 6-round fight. Like, first of all, it's only 6 rounds, and the gentleman that you're fighting, Logan Paul, has already proven that he can go 8 rounds. He's already
Yeah,
proven that he's in good shape. So I don't know where they got the game plan from. The game plan to me was poor. He obviously just didn't have what it took to compete with Logan Paul as far as physicality goes, technically either. You know what I'm saying? And Logan Paul,
yeah,
like I said, didn't look great tonight, but he looked stronger. He looked sharper than he did. You know what I mean? And Danis did.
yeah. For me, he didn't really try. He was trying to like you watch that Nate Diaz Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
I felt like he was trying to imitate what they did, what Nate did. Nate was very much, I lose the fight, but for the people I won the fight. Like you know what I'm saying? Because after that fight, people like they didn't think he won, but he had a viral moment. You know
Right,
what I mean?
but see, and to bring that to the KSI fight, that's what I kind of feel is happening right now with the public. Uh,
Mm,
I personally feel like people are feeling like KSI won the fight because he's KSI, and that's Tommy Fury. And I
yeah,
think that if people go back and watch the fight a second time, the people who are screaming robbery might not say it's a robbery anymore. I just think that when you expect more out of somebody, and they give you less, a lot of the times it looks a lot worse in real time.
yeah,
And with the whole Jake Paul, I mean the Logan Paul fight with this guy, honestly, man, this just goes to show right here. So I just want to make a quick point to all my people out there that are UFC fans, people who are casuals, and for my boxing people. This shows the difference between sports when we talk about striking, at least without kicks and elbows, right? When we're talking about a boxing match, and I see all these UFC fans from, I remember when boxers and MMA fighters first started colliding against each other. And even now, with the Tyson Fury versus what's his name,
Francis Ngannou.
Gandu, like all these people, man. I hope Tyson Fury doesn't get hurt, man. Oh my God, he's fighting the hardest puncher in UFC history, and it's
Yeah,
like, bro, it's a different sport, man. We literally just watched, you know, Logan Paul and Jake Paul dominate the whole UFC, basically. Like, you
yeah,
feel what I'm saying? In a boxing match. You feel what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
So my whole point is it's a different sport. Boxing's a different thing. But what I will say is you got guys like KSI who came into the sport, guys like Logan Paul can go against guys, these certain boxers that are supposed to be doing really well. And look, Tommy Fury looked really bad tonight, in my opinion. Like,
yeah.
I
I
know
didn't think he looked
I
good.
know Tommy Fury's gonna get cursed out the second he goes home
Oh
and he
yeah,
talks to his uncle, the one that was making all that scene, because he didn't do anything right in that fight. He
yeah.
literally just like he fought so poorly himself.
Yeah, like you can't be impressed with Tommy at that fight for me because I felt like the reason that's the reason why I thought KSI won. I thought KSI won because of the fact that he kind of made Tommy fought his fight, and I didn't think Tommy beat him at his fight. So that's why I didn't think it was a robbery. Like I didn't think like KSI won unanimously, but I do think that Tommy didn't do it for me enough to win. If there was no point deduction, I felt like he would have won unanimously. But with the point deduction, I felt like that was too. Like I had KSI winning. You know what I mean? Because for me, I thought he kind of won a couple rounds, and I think KSI did pretty good. I think he did better than Jake Paul, in my opinion. I think KSI did better than Jake Paul against Tommy Fury. For me,
I don't think he did better than Jake Paul. I think that Tommy Fury fought better against Jake Paul.
but
And
but
the
but
reason,
still, but that goes to show styles make the fights.
oh
Like
yeah,
KSI has such a different style.
well, when you're dealing with somebody, and I think when you're dealing with somebody who's athletic, in shape, and awkward, and game, those are difficult fights. And 6 rounds is really not a lot of rounds for a guy to really be able to showcase and come into his calmness that you need in order to win a fight like that. You can see that Tommy was fighting with emotion.
Yeah,
And that shows to his inexperience still. He's still not as, and he's very upper body heavy bound. So he doesn't look like, he's trying to throw these hard shots, but you know what I mean? They're like he's loading up. You can see them coming.
yeah.
Where
I just seen
KSI was
somebody.
actually more like upper body comfortable. He was able to
Mhm.
slip the right hand a ton. He was able to do certain things.
My thing is like every time Tommy threw like a jab, KSI would go to Tommy's left, right? Tommy never, he hardly threw that right hand when he did that. I was pissed off because I'm frustrated watching. I'm like, he could throw the right hand after that jab when he dips off to the left because he did it every single time. Like you probably noticed it, but he did it every single time. I'm like, dude, throw that right hand down the pipe. You could easily like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
for me, I think he was like what you said. He's fighting off just pure emotion, in my opinion. And someone said that he didn't do better than Jake because Jake knocked him down. I can very hardly believe that was a knockdown. Yeah, it was a score to knockdown, but I just didn't think Jake Paul did better than KSI. That's just opinionated. You know what I mean? We all got a different opinions. That's just how I felt. I felt like KSI made Tommy fight his fight. If Tommy boxed, in my opinion, I felt like he could have stopped him. He didn't box well, in my opinion.
I said it in my prediction, and my prediction was wrong. I thought that uh, Tommy Fury was gonna let. I thought he was gonna invite KSI to come in with some of
That
those.
was exactly my point. That's
You know
my
what I mean? So
point.
if Tommy Fury would have took a page out of Dylan Danis,
Dennis, yeah, yeah.
okay, if he would have took a page out of his book and kind of just kept his hands high, elbows in, chin tucked, and let KSI come in with them lunging punches and catch him, and then
Mhm.
punch off for the block,
Yeah.
he might have done more damage. But the issue was he was rushing KSI,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
KSI was athletic enough to evade the punches that he was throwing at him, man. So it was just like very poor performance from Tommy Fury. I don't think it was a great performance by KSI. I thought it was a very poor performance by Tommy Fury. But I do think that this shows, and like again, I think that people are gonna start to respect these guys a little bit more because
Mhm.
yes, I don't think Tommy Fury's a world beater, professional fighter, but he's still a professional fighter. He's been boxing since he was a kid. And literally, KSI just picked up a pair of gloves recently, like within the last couple of years, and he put it all on the line tonight, and he didn't get hurt. He didn't get,
Yeah.
and big shout out to him also for complaining about the rabbit punches
Oh yeah,
because,
there's a lot of them.
because Tommy was throwing the rabbit punches, and had he not complained about it, he might have
They
got away
wouldn't.
with
Yeah.
throwing them for a couple more rounds before the referee actually said anything. And
Mhm.
we know that people, like Richard, man, I forget, I'm saying his name wrong, man, but he was getting hit with the
Oh, Pritchard Cologne.
yeah, Richard Cologne. He was getting hit with the rabbit punches, and we saw what happened. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to KSI for not allowing that. That's what you call
Yeah.
protect yourself at all times and make sure that the referee understands to do his job. So,
Yeah.
KSI.
Hot take. I got a hot take though. In my opinion, I think that was the best thing that could have happened to KSI. Not because I didn't think he was gonna knock him out at all. I didn't think KSI was gonna knock out Tommy Fury. I felt like for me the best result was this and people calling it a robbery, and then you know what I'm saying. Then losing it unanimously. You know what I mean? I feel like for me that's the best thing that could happen to KSI going the distance because one he didn't get knocked out, and two that kind of goes to show he is, in my opinion, very I think Jake Paul beats him, but they're on an equal playing field in my opinion now. I feel like Jake Paul and KSI are on equal playing field right now after that decision. After what happened tonight, in my
You
opinion,
think that Jake Paul's what on the same level as who?
no, I said KSI is for me is on equal playing field to Jake now.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a hot take, but
one
like I
hundred
think
percent.
I think
Yeah,
Jake beats him, but
I don't know if I 100% got Jake beating him, and the reason why I say that is because of the awkwardness. KSI is very awkward, man. He's a very
mm,
awkward guy. He's strong. He's fast. He's game.
mm,
So Jake Paul, as good as much as he's proven in recent fights, still is not somebody who I would just say, yeah, man, you can't beat Jake Paul. We know Jake
mm,
Paul a little bit more than we know KSI at this level, but KSI showed today that he can go the distance with a professional boxer the same way Jake Paul did. So I don't
here's
know
my question though. Here's my question. So if it went 8 rounds, who do you think would win that fight?
between who.
But after how they fought tonight,
I
if it
think it would
went
have been
eight
two more
rounds,
rounds of the same crap. I think it would have been two more rounds of the same crap, and I just think that maybe Fury would have separated himself a little bit,
mhm,
just a smidget with the jab, because it seemed like when round three came around, when Tommy Fury was stepping in, he was landing like a jab before he got the clinch, and I think like they were scoring that a little bit.
yeah,
But it was just an ugly fight to watch,
yeah,
man.
it was sloppy.
I gotta say,
It
man,
was very sloppy.
I would never care to watch that fight again. Only if like somebody really wanted me to sit down and watch it and score it and really give really give you an honest assessment of who I think won the fight. Right now, I don't really know who I feel won the fight. It was just a very bad fight to watch.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe it wasn't 8 rounds because of the fact that KSI's team didn't want it to be 8 rounds. Tommy wanted it to be 8 rounds, I believe.
one of the fights tonight were 8.
I think six. All of them were six. Like I
Yeah,
think it
all of them
was
were 6, and honestly, I felt a little cheated by that.
really.
Yeah, I felt like 6. I feel like I like the 8. Pause. I think the 8.
Yo! Oh, pause.
Yeah, I think that 8 round. I think 8 rounds is perfect.
Yo,
I
I thought
think
he was gonna say 8 is perfect. I'd be like, pause.
8 rounds is perfect. You know what I'm saying?
And I got you. But I think for me, I'm like, since I watched a lot more YouTube boxing than you, 6 rounds is kind of what what I'm saying. It's normal for me to just to watch 6 rounds, so I don't feel really cheated too much. But I get how like for me, I would want that Salt Poppy Slim fight to go eight
Hey,
rounds.
yo, with the salt poppy, bro. You sound crazy to me, man.
That's his name, bro.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You gotta
Salt,
say pause
salt,
before
salt.
you say,
All
yo,
right, all right.
yo.
Pause. Salt, salt. All right, you bet. Slim versus Salt. I would want that fight to go 8 rounds, even though yes, it didn't go 8 rounds. But I felt like Salt. Yeah, he would have been at least a little more. Like he wouldn't taunt as much because that's why I feel like he ran. I think he lost the fight himself. Like he lost it for him. Like it's not like Slim came back. Or he lost the fight because of him. Like because of himself. You drop your hands trying to shoe shine somebody, you get caught. It's your fault. You feel me?
Yeah, and
But
it's yeah. I just feel like 6 rounds. I feel like 6 rounds is cool. I think 8 is the determining factor that really separates. Like tonight with the KSI Fury fight, had that been an 8 rounder, I think that would have really showcased a little bit clearer who wins. Especially when you got stuff like a point deduction. Like a point deduction can make all the difference in a 6 round fight.
yeah, that's why I had him winning. Like
Yeah,
that's why
that's what
I
I'm
had
saying. So
KSI winning.
yeah, so if you have him winning because of that point deduction, that just goes to show though that 6 rounds ain't enough, especially if like the other guy was doing more throughout the fight, but one point literally changed the whole thing. I just think if it was 8 rounds, it's kind of a little bit cleaner. So hopefully they go back to 8 rounds.
I definitely get that though. I could see because like I know like Salt he fought another dude named Anthony Taylor and it was only 3 rounds and he lost. It was because it was 3 rounds. It wasn't more than if it was more than 3 rounds, I felt like he would have beat him.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so yo, man, good, nice card, man. Big shout out to those guys, man. Again, this doesn't take away from hardcore boxing. There's actually good fights tonight. You got Tszyu fighting tonight.
I'm
Don't you?
watching Kelvin Davis right now on my other monitor, right to the left. I have 3 monitors. I'm watching the ESPN one tonight.
And then you got on Showtime. You got a good one tonight too.
Brian Mendoza, Tim Zoo.
Yeah, that one I want to
I
watch.
got Tim Zoo. I got Tim Zoo.
Oh yeah, I think Tim Zoo's the best 154 pounder right now.
Yeah.
So that's my personal opinion. So
I remember you said that about Jermel Charlo. You said like he has his hands full with at
yeah,
154.
I don't think he could beat Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo is to me the best fighter in that division right now. But time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Tim
Mhm.
Zoo still has to prove himself, fight a couple more guys. But I love his skill set. He's really, really sharp. He's like his father, but with like some upgrades. If he can
Mhm.
go ahead and stand the test a minute time, he's gonna be here to stay for quite a bit. So I think Tim Zoo's the truth. Don't your boy fight tonight too, Keyshawn? All right, that's
Yeah,
tonight.
Keyshawn. Yeah,
That's
Keyshawn.
tonight.
Keyshawn fight on the one I'm watching right now.
So
Yeah,
there
tonight.
you go. So look at that, guys. We checked out some YouTubers fight. Now we're gonna watch some real boxing, and didn't take away from the real boxing.
Let me
I'm
ask you
actually
a question.
uh,
Give me a rating out of 1 to 10. What you saw of the card tonight?
a rating,
Yeah, rating.
entertainment wise or skill wise, or
Could be
just
both.
overall.
It could be. Give me your rating and like what were you surprised by most? Those two.
You know what? I give it a 8 star. I think that skill wise, the
And you
guys
giving
were.
out eights crazy. Pause.
No, I was thinking as I said it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think that the skills is were better than expected. I think that the show overall, the intros and just the leading up to the fight was dope. That was a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Um then you had just the dedication that they showed, and they ended it. A lot of the fights ended, with some excitement. So yeah, man, it was a great card, man. You really can't hate on it. You really
Mhm.
can't. If you're still hating on these guys, you gotta move on with the times, man. Like things are gonna happen. Now you don't have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the other thing. I'm gonna be honest. This is me though. Unless I'm training one of those guys in the future, um, myself, or I know them personally and I'm supporting them, I probably would never watch one of those cards if they're not fighting a professional boxer or
Mhm.
somebody that's intriguing. I'm not interested to see the two YouTubers fight each other. That doesn't interest me. I
Right.
am interested though when a YouTuber fights a pro box. I'm interested in the crossover fights more than the YouTubers and the TikTokers fighting, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So you like crossover, like MMA fighters versus
Yeah,
boxers going head
MMA
to head.
versus a boxer or a boxer. I like that interests me because at least there's some investment from real boxers. But again,
Yeah.
if I'm training one of them or I've trained them before, or if I'm friends with them on Instagram or YouTube and we spoke before, I have no problem showing my support to those guys and watching those guys fight as well. So that's kind of my take on it. Like if there was no Tommy Fury on this card tonight, I probably wouldn't have watched it. And I probably would have just caught the highlights, but I still doesn't mean that I hate on it, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that I have an issue with it or I don't respect those guys. I do respect those guys. That freaking arena was packed, fighting under that kind of light. Listen, I boxed as an amateur boxer myself. I've never fought under a crowd like that before.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I've worked corners for pro fighters who fought. Tevin Farmer fought for the world when he was a world champion. I don't know if we've ever fought under a crowd that big before. Like that shit
Mm.
was like that's pressure. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
That's exactly why people think that that Jake Paul did good because of Tommy. Tommy was very nervous because of how much people were in that stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were so many people in that stadium. You could see how nervous he was. You know what I mean? And like all that added pressure from not fighting for 2 years. So I could definitely see it.
Nah, yeah, man. Fighting under that pressure ain't easy, man. You know what I mean? So you got to give those guys respect. Those guys are definitely willing to step up to the plate and do that, you know what I mean? I tip my hat to those guys. So yeah, it was a
Who
great
surprised you
show.
the most?
Who surprised me the most?
Yeah.
Um, the what's his name? The kid with the pink
Dean.
Dean. He surprised me the most. To me, he has professional boxing skills.
Mm,
So that's what caught me off guard. Like, cause that was the first fight I saw when I clicked it on, and I seen him just the way he was moving and the way he was timing punches. I said, "Damn, hold up!" He was shoulder rolling, coming off the shoulder. He was timing right hands over the jab. Um, there was some defensive lapses that I seen that he can improve on. And I think when he hurt his, or actually he said he hurt his shoulder, so that changes my thought process on that. But he was still able to adjust and fight with one hand. He never
mm,
panicked. So I was super impressed with him. He deserves fighter of the night without a doubt.
hmm You know, it's funny though. It's funny because Tommy was like when he was getting interviewed, he was like, "I'm done with this YouTuber boxing BS stuff like that." And then literally a sentence after, he was like, "Give me the pause. I want all the pause." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like the Furies are just known for saying stupid stuff like that.
I think that Tommy Fury, first of all, Tommy Fury, I understand why he wants to get out of the crossover because he's seen tonight he can lose to one of those guys.
Oh yeah,
So that's the first. That was a red flag for him right there. Like, hold up, I can actually lose to one of these guys, and if I do that, that's gonna taint the name. That's gonna taint everything, right? But at the same time, um, I don't know how much he's making on these fights. But if I was him, I would be working these fights as long as I could. If I was
that's what
him,
I thought. Because he's
I
definitely not no world beater. He is not no world beater.
yeah, I don't think that he should be running away from these fights. He should stay in it. If KSI wants a rematch, give him a rematch. And this time you say, listen, I'll give you a rematch. I want 8 rounds. My terms, 8 rounds. We did a 6 rounder. If you're a real man, fight me in an 8 rounder. And I think that that's the route I would go if I was him. I would make that money again. I would separate myself because I don't think he separated himself tonight enough to, act as if he's too good for the show.
Mhm.
So, I think that Tommy Fury, he'd be making a mistake if he doesn't stick around and fight these guys a little longer.
All right, now someone said they said Tommy Logan is a fair weight. Do you like that? Would you like to see Tommy versus Logan?
Yeah, it's a good fight. That's actually a really good fight because Logan Paul is strong as hell, man. Like you could just see the strength. Now I
Mhm.
think that I think that Tommy Fury's a little bit more polished, but I like that fight. I think Logan does better than Jake did, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I think Logan does better because he's taller.
Yeah.
He's physically stronger.
That's
He's awkward as well. So he's gonna present these issues that Tommy. See, the reason why Tommy did good against Jake was first of all, he's a little bit bigger than Jake, but second of all, Jake is becoming a real boxer now.
mm,
So now that Jake has been becoming a real boxer, it's a little easier to see where those punches are coming from because Jake is learning the game properly. So now Jake is throwing his jab where it's supposed to come from, throwing his right hand where it's supposed to come from. Where guys like Logan Paul, KSI, you don't know where the hell they're throwing those punches from. They're coming from here, they're coming from here.
mm,
And, you're not trained for that specifically in boxing. And so, that right there will throw you off. It's kind of like you'll be like, yo, bro, you're doing it wrong. That's not how you're supposed to punch. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. But a
yeah.
lot of boxers have trouble with that because they're used to the technicality of the sport. And this is why experience is the best teacher for boxing. And you see these boxers who fight 100 amateur fights before they go pro, is because you get to see all these different styles and all these awkward fighters and all these sparring matches get you prepared. So when you do go pro, and you run into these styles, you're comfortable with them because not everybody's gonna fight you like a proper boxing match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do feel like I would like to see Logan sit down on his punches a lot more. I think
Oh,
for
he
me,
has a lot to learn,
because
but
he's just slapping his punches. I felt like he could have got Dillon out of there easily. If I feel like he could have sat down more on his punches, because you see he uses his arm a lot. Like, he's just arm punching. Yes, it's going to be a little strong, but he could add more power to sitting down on it. You know what I mean?
No, 100%, and I agree with you there. But the only thing is, that's gonna take him to really devote himself to the craft fully, like his brother, which I don't think he is. I think
Yeah,
he
because
said
he's a
it.
WWE superstar too. So
Yeah,
he
he
said he.
said it himself. This is a hobby for him, but he's so physically strong, man. Like it's evident. Like I don't even need to be in the ring with him to see what like.
Mhm,
I know that dude is strong. The reason why the Paul brothers are successful in this right now is because they're physically strong. They're athletic. They're tough. So those guys, though they're not as good as the top quality boxers, they're still always going to be a threat. And I think like a guy like Tommy Fury, he seems to like be an easy guy to knock off his pivot. Like
mhm.
you can like knock him off his square real easy. He's like he's easily he takes the bait. Tommy Fury takes the bait. He's still too emotional. He doesn't have thick enough skin to like be able to like deal with the pressure of the shit talking and the antics, and it showed tonight. He went out there fighting with pure
That
emotion.
surprised me the most, in my opinion. Like I would have thought he would have done that in Jake's fight because I felt like Jake was antagonizing more like than KSI was for
Mhm.
me. So I was surprised that um that Tommy for me that he took more emotion to it because it was 2 years worth of antagonizing by Jake. And now going to fight KSI, he's more emotional, which I didn't get because it made the fight worse. But in that Jake fight, he fought a lot better. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I just didn't get how he um he was more emotional in this fight because KSI's antagonizing just wasn't great. He was just talking shit. That's what. Excuse my French, but he was talking his thing. You feel me?
Mhm.
So I was surprised that he looked so bad, and because he was fighting with emotions, but he didn't do that with Jake. And Jake was a way bigger fight than KSI was, like for his career.
Right, right, right. Um, well, we'll see what happens with these guys in the future, man. Any final words or any thoughts you want to put out there?
I just want to say what somebody said. Would love to see Vidal Riley and Tommy Fury. Yes, Vidal Riley would beat him up. If you know who Vidal Riley is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll beat him up. Yeah, get him out of there. But I think it was a good card. I definitely gave it like the same amount you gave. I say 8 for entertainment, probably like a 7 for skill, because most of the guys were skilled in that. Like I feel like Slim, Salt, Poppy. There was pause.
Mm,
I feel like Salt and Slim were skilled. Dean obviously and Waleed they were skilled. KSI, I feel like he was skilled enough. But but yeah, I would say probably skill wise give that card a 7. Entertainment definitely like in the 8 or 9s.
yeah,
But
I mean,
I
listen,
think it was
you were
stupid.
excited. For
Logan.
those of you guys who don't know,
Yeah,
he was excited about this card. He's like, "Don't call me. We're not recording." He was like, "Don't call me. We're not recording nothing till after the
my
fight."
bad.
Like he was like, he was booked. Like he had his fight pre-ordered. He ordered it like 4 days before the fight. So
Then
this
I,
goes to
yeah,
show
my
you,
bad.
this goes to show
Yeah,
you
five
how
down.
excited he was about this fight. So it goes to show you that people like it.
I
And
like the big fight. I like big fights. Like, and I told you I bought like I'm big on the pro boxing too. I watch obviously because I work with you and I work with Ray, so I like so I'm very big on the pro boxing. I pay for those cards too, and sometimes here and there, I like to watch the influencers fight. You
right,
feel me? I can't lie when I say that. I think it's a good thing to get a because pro boxing it's good, but the entertainment value of influencer boxing is there. They don't got to be the most skilled, but if they can put on an entertaining show, I feel like that drew me in. You know what I mean? So
right,
that's how I thought of it. It's like I like it because of the entertainment value it is. Because I don't get me wrong, boxing pro boxing is amazing, and I love that. Say I will watch pro boxing, forever. But my thing is like the entertainment of these influencer fight, and it's only getting bigger. Pause. The entertainment of these influencer fights are like the entertainment value is good. You know what I mean? So that's why I was excited for the card because the card for me, top to bottom, was really good. You know what I mean? Most pro boxing cards aren't very good top to bottom. There's like the main card, probably like 2 or 3 fights are good. I think the only good like card this year, like in a big fight, was the Jamel Charlo Canelo card. I feel like that's the only card that like had good undercards. You know what I mean? Some of the undercard fights were better than the main event tonight.
No, no, I agree with you, man. I 100% agree, and I tell that to boxers all the time, up and coming boxers, amateur boxers. You know what I mean? People fall in love with your story. People fall in love with who you are, what you do on a day to day. So that's why I always stress the importance of social media and getting people to know you a little bit. So then, therefore, when you do go out there and mix it up, people have invested into you, not just as a fighter. And of course, you do want to work on your craft and be a good fighter and stuff like that. And a lot of these boxers, they don't get that part of the game. They only understand the go to the gym and learn the techniques. And then, people don't even know who they are. Sometimes you see really talented guys on undercards, and you're like, "Who is this kid? Never heard of him before.
Yeah,
He's pretty freaking good." That happened to me last week when that Mexican kid was fighting. What was his name?
Elijah Garcia. You
Yeah,
talking about
Elijah
Elijah?
Garcia. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I thought Elijah Garcia looked good. First time me ever seeing him fight. I'm like, who is this kid? He's good.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I know Logan Paul and all these guys more than I know Elijah Garcia goes
Yeah,
to
because
show.
imagine if he was an influencer.
That's what I'm saying. It goes to show the importance of getting people to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that. So if there's any up and coming boxers in this stream right now watching this, man, make sure you utilize your social media, get people to know who you are. Because boxing is deeper than just how good of a boxer you are, man. This is entertainment. And as you can see, the entertainers are the ones who are winning financially in this sport. And I think that's what turns off a lot of diehard boxing fans. But you got to understand business. And that's the business side of it. That's a whole nother conversation. Maybe we'll do a whole live stream on just that or a video on that. You know what I mean? But that's just something to think about. Take that jewel with you. I'm actually about to go right now and go watch some real boxing. And chill out. And
Same.
tomorrow we got some videos that we're gonna record. We got some new YouTube videos
Same.
coming out next week. We've been dropping consistently a lot of shorts, a lot of good videos, man. I got my man right here helping me with the camera work. He's been helping me, and if you can see the quality of the videos getting better, you can go ahead and thank this guy right here. And that's what we're doing, guys. So
New content coming the pause. New content coming on the way too. We're doing I think tomorrow. Are we gonna do it tomorrow?
what?
Tyson Fury for Princess and Ghana.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a review on that 100%. I might we might touch on this fight again. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something on this fight again. I don't know. Maybe not. But we're definitely doing No Days Off November, guys, in 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks away. No Days Off November is coming back. For those of you guys who don't know what No Days Off November is, No Days Off November is me going live every single day in November, giving value for you guys boxing wise, either teaching you boxing techniques, talking about mindset, talking about diet and nutrition, bringing on special guests, doing special live streams in the gym, doing Q&As, all types of stuff. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to be grinding every single day for the month of November. So we want you guys to be part of that. So if you guys are, you know what I'm saying, if you guys want to make sure you don't miss anything, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And also, I should have said this earlier when I had more people in the stream, but for the people who watch this late, do me a favor. Text me at 215-709-5437. Text me right now. Look, I got my phone right now. 215-709-5437. Shoot me a text. Be like, yo, Coach Ant, just got your number from the live stream. I'll text you back. And also, I'll be updating you whenever I do pop-up lives, or if I got some free videos that I never posted on YouTube. Sometimes I send them through the text message just so you guys can get some value. Just my goal is to help you guys as much as I can through the sport of boxing. Zach, we're going to link up tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Subscribe to Coach Anthony. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? And if you're not subscribed right now, hit that subscribe button, like the videos, watch the videos. He's giving out world-class information, people, for free.
Yo,
and that's not even the courses, man. Like,
Zach,
are you not subscribed?
Listen, Zach, so when you mentioned Ray, I don't know, maybe some people don't know who Ray is. Can you let people know who Raymond is?
Raymond Ford, definitely, he's about to fight for the world title, 14-0. I'm also his cameraman as well, pro boxer. He's all trained by Coach Anthony as well. Coach Anthony,
Santa Natural Boxing, Eddie Hearn. Also co-trained by my man Reg. I mean, we work with him together, obviously. But at the end of the day, Zach is there in the gym with us every day, man, watching the sparring, watching the training, watching just everything that we do. And then I go ahead and I just go ahead and I pour it into my courses, or I pour it into the YouTube channel. Like, you see what's going on.
Yeah, world-class information, and you're not subscribed. What are you doing?
Zach is training with Fast Eddie Chambers
right now. You know what I mean?
Eddie Chambers is personally training him as well. So it's just a family thing. Make sure you guys text me, man. 215-709-5437. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Talk to y'all soon.